Easy keep. Oh, I didn't get my other bolts, whatever. Dealer's choice. Alright. Oh no. Hallowed Fountain or dead? Although my opponent did mold a 5. Oh. Game over, opponent. Am I gonna do it? I think I am. I think I want to do this now when they have fewer cards. I think I'm not playing the Pioneer PTQ. How many rounds is it? Is it going to be 7? It's just like too good to play if it's not going to be 7. I think I'm just gonna skip it. I'm gonna keep the Royal Scions. Gonna be a bit greedy here. Look, we can find a land off the scry too, right? Oh no. Famous last words. Bottom. Wait, they're main decking Aether Gust? Yeesh. Okay, found the land. A few too many lightning bolts here. Can maybe loot them away. I didn't want to fetch there. Like maybe my opponent feels like it's safe to tap out for Archmage's Charm. Sorry, I didn't mean to take it off. Put it back on. I promise. I don't know. I'm kind of like not super into main deck Gust. I mean, it's good against a lot of decks, but it's not like it's a slam dunk against a lot of these decks. It's just like it's okay against a lot of decks. I don't think I want a Sanctuary. Let me just untap and see what we draw. I don't really want to go to discard. I think I'll cast the Sprite Dragon. It's maybe bad to do this. My opponent plays Jace, so I might just let it resolve because I've got so many bolts. You discard a card, opponent. Piracy Charm looking great. They discard a path. I think I'm going to counter this. I don't think Channeler would be crazy in this deck, but I think it would be worse than Sprite Dragon or Arcanist. It's got 2 cards. It's a good draw. Good draw, I think. I would say that Magic Online PTQs are about as difficult, if not more difficult, than Arena MCQs. You just have to like be knowledgeable in your format and then play a lot, and eventually you'll spike one, or believe that eventually you'll spike one. Maybe I was supposed to attack first. Alright, I think I'm going to let this resolve. We have another Scions in our hand. I would have countered Cryptic Commando. It's like you have to go, you know, usually 8-1. Or I guess sometimes they're like 8 rounds. So like 7-1 and then win your next 2 rounds to qualify these super qualifiers. So you're going like 9-1 and you compare that to 7-2 twice. Feels about as difficult. It's kind of hard to say which is more difficult. Basically the same as winning FNM twice in a row. Do you have 8-round FNMs? Yeah, Deprive is really good with Mystic Sanctuary. I've always liked it in this kind of shell. Probably gonna bolt them end of turn here. guess I should have opted first. I'll keep that. So now we can go Sprite Dragon. They're actually dead if they don't do anything here. We would have to counterspell up. Maybe better to trigger off of Opt than Deprive though, or than Bolt here first. Yeah, that's true. You know, you've got a lot of old MTGO boomers when you play on Magic Online, so that's definitely maybe makes it a bit harder. That's also true. Everybody who's playing as a top 120, 1200 finisher, but I mean, I don't think it's that difficult to finish top 1200. I'm not sure. I haven't really, you know, fought that battle very hard in my life. I guess I was just supposed to go for Bolt, Snap, Bolts. Okay, they just concede. Undefeated, undefeated. Oh, no, I meant to have 2 disputes. Okay, well, whatever. I guess. Yeah, I'd certainly like to have a second dispute. We don't really have anything else to bring in. That must have been the 15th sideboard card. We put this together live on stream right before this, and fresh brew. Maybe too many surgicals, but there is like a lot of dredge. Alright, submit. Would I like to work at Wizards R&D at some point in my life? I would, yeah. That'd be great.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
We drew Arcanist this time. Kenny Darko, 4 months in a row. Welcome back. Dude, we drew Piracy Charm? I think I'm gonna keep it, I think. It resolved. Yeah, and it's alive. Please no Teferi. I guess we can bolt and then replay it, but it's pretty bad for us. If we had Force of Negation, we maybe just win there. I think the biggest problem, my biggest mistake was not singing to my Dreadhorde Arcanist to keep it alive. So I'll try to do that this time around. You will live. Dreadhorde Arcanist, you're going to live. It's too soon to say goodbye. Why, yes, aspiring Spike. Forbid me now to die. I'll obey. I will try. It worked. Dude, I'm like, I have a really good track record of singing to my cards and having them actually survive. Just a pro strat, really. I think we could have maybe remanded that. No, I've just been on stream all day today, Turtle Power. One more day till inauguration. Discard Timely Reinforcements. We're drawing the Royal Scions next turn. Are we about to do it? Are we about to cast Piracy Charm with Dreadhorde Arcanist? Is there a story behind my MTGO avatar? This guy's a cool frog. He looks like he's having a good time. Song request for channel points. I don't feel like I know enough songs to do that. I'm gonna pay 3. Maybe I'll try to remember to enable BTT emotes. I've been really thinking it hard about doing it. Dude, the game's over really. Channel points to see one day more. I don't know the whole song by heart. Okay, we'll get a Piracy Charm counter going. Good points. Alright, Snap Purge. It's fine. I'm going to Mystic Sanctuary Deprive, and then Royal Scions into the Deprive, looting away this island. If they force, I'll just remand my Scions. They've got 1 card left in their hand. Hopefully it's not like it's a Fairy Hero of Dominaria, but you know, what am I gonna do? Well, that is like it's a Fairy Hero of Dominaria, but I guess not quite as bad. They plussed, interesting. We loot. I'd like to find a Sprite Dragon. That'd be a really good draw here. I think I'll discard Opt though, and yeah, I'm gonna just go Snap Bolt on Jace right now with Force Up. I think that's good. And then we can give this Trample next turn. If I force, I'm probably pitching the Snapcaster because the Deprive is just so good with the Sanctuary. It's kind of close. Maybe I'll just keep the Snapcaster. How many channel points for me and Esther to do a duet? I usually just like to listen to Esther sing. I don't think we've ever sung anything together before. Esther is a very good singer. We could probably do a Hamilton duet though. We probably know all the songs for that. How about a duel? Now you're talking. Yeah, I really like the Royal Scions. Super cool card. Yeah, so we can give this +2, +0, first strike and trample to try to kill Jace. Ooh, well, I think I'm doing this so I can have 2 counter spells up instead of playing the dragon. 3 mana, 4 mana. Probably a Cryptic Command. Are they gonna bounce my Snapcaster and draw a card? If they do that, do I even counter? I don't know if I've ever seen a Snapcaster bounce. They should probably just tap, right? Yeah. They're bouncing Sanctuary and tapping the team. Okay, I'll go ahead and just counter this. The last card is Force. We will also just force back. Definitely don't want my Charm to be exiled. Or sorry, my Deprive. I already played my land. Oh, sorry, I'm in my beginning of combat step. I have not played my land. I guess we can also just cast a Sprite Dragon. Maybe trade it with Snapcaster Mage to try to ultimate my Scions. Kind of think that that's fine. Although it's a bit worse if my opponent plays a Plains. If my opponent top decks exactly to Fairy Hero of Dominaria, blocking is bad, but my opponent's also not going to attack. Okay, well they just played the Strand, so now we win the game. I'll trade. No, they don't even offer it. Interesting. So I think I want to play Snap Opt, trigger the dragon, and then loot. Yeah, we flashback. We've flashback 2 spells with Arcanist so far. One of them was Piracy Charm, and it seemed okay. I don't know. We are playing against blue-white control, which is My opinion, not very good at the moment. Oh, no way. I guess they're drawing Cryptic Command, so they're going to actually... Maybe this Piracy Charm's not even going to be that good, but... We can see if we draw a better card, I suppose. Okay. Dude, we got to loot away Piracy Charm, so good. So strong. Could have just killed their snap, I guess. Yeah, just the very versatile. So versatile. Yeah, they're gonna be dead this turn. We know that their only card is Cryptic. We even have the same amount of cards in our hand for the Royal Scions ultimate because we returned a land. Now that's just good deck building. That is just good deck building. (2-0), our first match, undefeated. Undefeated. Yeah, it would be the best card by a lot. Yeah. Oh, I did not see the Kappa. Fair enough. I'm not doing predictions for each match, but we have a current prediction if I will 3-2 or better this league. I'm thinking we might. Do I want a second Arcanist in case my first one dies? I don't think so. I think I'll just bottom it and keep a Snapcaster. You will never die, Dreadhorde Arcanist. I think anybody who wants Preordain unbanned when blue is currently the best color is pretty unreasonable. Maybe I should have sung to this so they won't have Dismember. That one's on me. Turn 1 Dismember, turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer is pretty good start for our opponent here. Would the Omnath decks even want cantrips? I mean, just another tool in their toolbox. I think I'm gonna go snap Serum Visions for mostly like mana efficiency's sake here. What do I think about Ponder or Preordain? It would be super unreasonable to unban them. I think that if you want Ponder or Preordain unbanned, your position is I just like blue. I don't think blue decks are cool. I want blue decks to be the best decks for sure, always. And it's hard to argue with that, you know? But I just don't agree. Man, they've had a really sick start. Dismember to Seer and to Smasher. Alright, so I think I'm going to hope that they have actual nothing. And then block and bolt the Seer, go to 1, and hope we can get this up to 5 power for next turn. And then we can draw Piracy Charm. Alright, step 1 of them not having anything. Complete so far. Okay. Get these wildfires. Are we stipulation never cut Piracy Charm? Because Piracy Charm seems terrible in this matchup. But we could be stipulation never cut it. I think let's just not be. Let's just cut them. They're bad. Let's try to win. Like, bad against the Chalice deck, doesn't kill anything. Their deck also like doesn't really mind discarding 1 card pretty often. Keep this hand. I think I want to play Sanctuary on turn 1. Stipulation actually test the deck. Yeah. Turn 1 Expedition map. Go, Sprite Dragon, go! Fly! You can fly! Oh boy. Kids, you can actually fly! Oops, I cast my lightning bolt into the chalice. I guess I'll have to settle for 2+1 counters. They have a seer. So I imagine they take the Deprive. Oh, they took the Snapcaster. Interesting. It's fine. So if I Mystic Sanctuary Lightning Bolts, cast Bolt twice off of this in the Arcanist, that's 8 power. I guess it'll be lethal if they attack with the Thought Knot Seer and I get to deprive something. I guess I can deprive the Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I guess it's lethal if they attack and they can't do anything else. They sack the Expedition map. They don't attack though. I don't know, I kind of feel like just getting these up to 8 power or 4 power each is like good enough for me. Is Frantic Inventory a playable card? Frantic Inventory is playable. I think that you should consider carefully between the two. I do think that with, you know, like Terminus in your deck, or Counterbalance, you want to play Omen. But Inventory is like a fine card. I think the first one's going to be bad, but everyone after that's going to be really good. Sprite Dragons! Dude, Child seems so hard to beat. Snapping back to reality a bit. Maybe we can just loot it. Yeah, I mean, I think we just resubmit, but maybe we'll just win anyways. Double Sprite Dragon's such a good draw in this matchup. This hand kind of stinks. I mean, this hand is like functional, but I think I like mulliganing. This hand's better. They chalice me. I don't really think we need to like respond with bolts when we can loot away the chalice, or loot away the bolts. Sorry. Did they keep? They kept 7 cards. Wow, I'm scared. I'm scared. I think I'm still playing Dreadhorde Arcanist. Damn it. Yeah, well, that's the best draw, so never mind. Play. Keep. I mean, our deck does just have a lot of good cards and Piracy Charm in it, so maybe we will 3-2. Yeah, this is the first league with it. I was just we played against we played against the Dreadhorde Arcanist deck, and I was just kind of thinking, you know, Piracy Charm is kind of sick with Dreadhorde Arcanist because you can buff it, you can make it unblockable, or you can just flash it back to make them discard and, you know, take your 1-for-1. And so we just kind of put like a list together and just messing around. I think we're bolting that and holding up Spell Snare. Arcanist probably good against Arbor Elf decks. Oh yeah, we could have had Piracy Charm to kill the elf. It's a basic forest, cast Utopia Sprawl. How do you, wait, Spy, how do you know they were going to cast Utopia Sprawl? Yeah, there's like really nothing else they'd be casting if they're getting basic forest here. Oh no. Oh no, now my spell snare is telegraphed. Thanks, Existin. I do my very best. They named blue. So this is probably the coding deck, the liquid metal coding deck. Probably boarding in Mutagenic Growth, right? Could be Spell Shift, yes. No, this is the coding deck. We're 1-1 in the league, and this is match 3. I do think Utopia Sprawl is pretty interesting in Wilderness Reclamation decks. Something I do like. Alright, what you got? Blood Moon. Yeah, we may have a hard time casting this Charm, but I think that's going to be fine. Let me just start off by casting Visions. If I had Piracy Charm here, I would get to make them discard their hands, so... If only, you know? Bottom top... I guess we want to hold up Archmage's Charm this turn. Pretty lucky to draw the island. It's probably worth countering. And now we can flash back Archmage's Charm by pumping the Dreadhorde Arcanist with the Royal Scions. And then play a second Arcanist. If we draw a land, I guess. It's kind of cool. Yeah, the deck is firing on all cylinders, working perfectly. Science has been pretty good in this deck so far. Is it Dono Deck Thursday already? No, but we're actually doing Dono Deck Thursday on Tuesday this week? What? We are doing it on Tuesday this week. Oh, Wednesday. I don't know. I haven't eaten lunch yet. We're doing them tomorrow. Today is Tuesday. Wednesday. This is no lunch aspiring spike. Aspiring no lunch. I was supposed to pump with the Scions here. Probably was. Aspiring for food. Aspiring, Esther woke up late and didn't feed me, so I'm helpless. Yeah, I was probably supposed to pump, but this game feels pretty over. Discarding Island against the Blood Moon deck feels nice. But it says has it all. Yeah. I do have it all today. Could have had it all along. Can we please draw Piracy Charm? Please. I guess I'm only attacking with one, so I can ultimate the Scions. The Shock Hat is a pathway
It's me, your friend,
to many abilities
Spike.
some consider to be unnatural. Fairy and Dynamo, 8 months in a row, are my snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. I'm trying my best to. I'm trying my best. Thank you for your resubscription. I guess we pitch Force here. This way we can either snap Force on another burn spell, or we can snap Remand on the Seasoned Pyromancer, and then ultimate for the win. And either way, that's going to eat up all of their red mana for the turn. Opponent is dead on board. Game over. Unfortunately, we never drew Piracy Charm. We can keep the tech hidden for game 2. So I do think we want the Mutagenic Growths against the Lightning Bolts deck. Spell Snare seems good against them. Remand, maybe not so much. Maybe cut the 4th Charm against the Blood Moon deck. Seems kind of fine. I like Seagate Stormcaller alongside Tribal Flames, but that's like basically the only deck I've liked it in. But maybe Piracy Charm is what's going to break Seagate Stormcaller. I think Wildfire is okay against their deck, but I think I'm also just not going to bring it in. It's nice that it fixes your mana underneath Moon and kills their Sprawl. Maybe I'll bring him in on the play. It's just not always good against their draw. They also might board out Moon. Had to grab some banana bread. This hand's great. Bad against the Blood Moon, but they may have boarded it out. Mutagenic Growth looks pretty good if they have a Bolt or an Abrade. Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf. Damn it. It's always the one, you know, if you have Wildfire, they have Sprawl. If you have Bolt, they have, or, you know, they have the wrong one. I don't Palpatine, but I might not. I don't think I have a command for this actually, but I would recommend twitch.tv/spiderspace if you're interested in some interesting and innovative Death and Taxes lists. Plasm Capture does seem pretty fun. I've never really thought about it, but hearing you say it does sound fun. That Relic isn't that good against me, I think. I'm going to bottom the second Mutagenic Growth. That would be pretty interesting. Just fire one off. Unless it stops Arcanist. Maybe it is good. Go, Sprite Dragon, go! Okay, Karn. Karn is not long for this world, I think. Any chance my opponent's just dead next turn? 2 bolts, Mutagenic Growth, so 4 power, 5/6. Put them to 5. If I kept the other Mutagenic Growth, we maybe could have won. Probably not. We're still working on that banana bread. I think Esther bought too much, but I've been eating it every morning for like the last 3 days. I don't know, keeping the second growth against Uro seemed pretty bad to me. I think my opponent's in the tank about Karn. Let me perform a lag check though. Okay. How much do you think Brazen Borrower will drop in price when standard rotates? Brazen Borrower is like very good in Legacy, I think. It's like very good against Marriott Lage. And so a big part of its price is driven by Legacy and Standard. So it'll definitely drop, but I would say that it will hold value. Like some value. But it's better in Legacy than it is in Modern. Oh yeah, it's good in Pioneer. It's not that heavily played in Legacy. I mean, I would say that it is played. It's like, it's a pretty common card. Do I want a Mutagenic Growth now? Kind of do, yeah. I think some mono red present lists play Stomp, but I don't think it's as common. I mean, like a 1 and 2 mostly in Delver decks. I mean, I don't know. Seems like enough to be a factor in the price. Okay. It's got 2 cards left. They cannot escape Uro because they've already played a land. Coding. So we can make them pop their Relic, and they also lose their Uro when we do this. We can snap Mutagenic Growth and then have Bolts. And then they have to pop Relic, and then they're in pretty bad shape. Does this just kill them? I actually might not be right. I might be one short of lethal with the Snap Mutagenic Growth line. Snap Growth is 7. Yeah, we're actually 1 point short. So I guess we just go Sprite Dragon plus Bolts. And then even if they escape Uro, they're very much under the gun. Isn't Bolt Snap Bolt enough? We had to Deprive, so we don't have Bolt Snap Bolt up. I don't know, I think this is just the line. Like if they escape Uro, they die to this, and they have all red removal spells that don't kill it. Snap Muta stops them from fetching for a second blue. That is true. That maybe have still been the line. Yeah. Maybe. I think this wins too. I guess they have Thieving Skydiver. Yeah, they can have Skydiver. No, Skydiver still loses. No, it doesn't, because they can route. Yeah, they can block this and then. Are there any prison decks I've enjoyed playing? My favorite was this deck that was briefly good in Modern. A brew of mine. It was a Planeswalker prison deck. I thought it was really cool. Using like the War of the Spark Planeswalkers. Had some locks with Knowledge Pool, Puzzle Box. Used to play Lattice in the deck. Oh right, coding also lets them kill this. But now they're dead if they don't have a land. Okay. Close game. Probably didn't play that last turn perfectly, but... well... Streamer luck. Streamer luck. Keep this. Deck confirmed broken. Let's go fetch Steam Vents and then Serum Visions. We've only cast like Piracy Charm 2 or 3 times, but that's fine. I think I'll keep Arcanist. We can go turn 2 Arcanist, turn 3 Dragon. I guess we already had one, but you know, if they're dying, we got more. It'll be fine. All right. Glistener Elf. Oh no. Glistener Elf. Well, why don't we play Sprite Dragon to block Glistener Elf? I guess we probably want to fetch and shock in response to the visions too. Yeah, I know they have turn 2 Reshaper, but I feel like they can't always have it, you know? Like, how can they always have turn 2 Reshaper every game? It feels like sometimes they have to play it on turn 3. They can't always have Temple. And, like, if they don't go turn 2 Reshaper, sometimes you have a chance. Sometimes. Well, this is kind of a blowout if they don't have Spell Pierce. I feel like every time Spell Snare resolves, it's just a blowout. Do I want to be dead to 3 Mutagenic Growths? Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm totally fine with that. I think they actually might be dead here. Bottom. So we can go opt, bolt. And so this is going to be 8 power. Plus 6 from the bolts to 14, 15 damage. So not quite. But if we find another bolt off this opt, they are dead. This turn. Broken deck! Maybe I should double check my math. But I'm not blocking, so... Broken deck. Who's the infect deck now, opponent? Who's the infect deck now? Their deck is so slow. I've never seen a deck as slow as their opponent's deck in my entire life. Bringing these threads. They're probably not great. Got the Scions. Maybe the Remand too. Seems good, correct. Dude, we're Piracy Charm deck against Infect! I can't believe it. The only time I've ever registered Piracy Charm and we get paired against Infect. I can't. This is actually absurd. I didn't even think about that. It's like the best Piracy Charm matchup ever. Yeah, Doubter's sweating. We have it. I'm gonna keep. Easy keep. Got 2 1-mana removal spells on the draw. I think it's fine. We'll also just... What? They failed to find? They're so tilted. The Piracy Charm... Broken deck. Broken deck, dude. We have locked in the 3-2. I kind of want to keep this. We've got Opt and Spell Snare. Yeah, this hand's fine. This hand's great. The mirror? Has the meta adapted so quickly? It is the mirror. Look, they have the same islands. You can only play this island if you have Sprite Dragon in your deck. Our hand is beautiful. Our hand is so nice. Ooh, they could be... Yeah, they could have Tails End, but we can snare Tails End. My only regret is that Infect match didn't last any longer than it did. I think this is a Lorewind Island. I really think it looks really nice next to Sprite Dragon specifically, so whenever I register Sprite Dragon, I like to play this island. Yeah, no Shark Typhoons in this deck, but that was the idea behind Esther getting me this hat. Okay, not the 75 card mirror, because I'm actually not playing Basic Mountain. I am just going to go ahead and draw 2, but I also hope that I draw a 2-mana threat, because if I don't, then I have to discard or just like bolt them. Don't really care if this gets countered because I have a second charm. Cryptic might be a little awkward, but yeah, it does feel like a lot of people recognize my username, which is neat. I feel like it means I'm succeeding as a streamer. Did not play around Spell Snare. What a fool I am. I think I'm just gonna get a basic island. They could be a Blue Moon deck and cast Serum Visions, and we have a snare up for their turn. I'll keep Arcanist, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we just need to draw a land. It's pretty soft to bolt too. We have gotten to Dreadhorde Arcanist, both Piracy Charm and Archmage's Charm so far. But only once on each. No, and I did Dreadhorde Arcanist a Piracy Charm once so far. And it was awesome. Yeesh. If they have a mana leak, I'm kind of happy that they're casting it here. They reveal an opt off of Narset, so they do get a 2-for-1. We got a 2-for-1 off of our Archmage's Charm. I think I'm going to jam the Royal Scions here. See if the Force... Ah, they're up 6th. Our 3-mana Planeswalker resolved, and our 3-mana Planeswalker does not die to Lightning Bolt. But it is pretty bad against Narset. They put a card on top with Opt. They use Mystic Sanctuary to target Remand. This is around the time I usually try to end the stream whoop, but we are going to go a little late today, yeah. But this is around the time I try to end. I just don't always get there. I think I'm going to +2 or a pump the Scions here. They're going to go Snap, Snare. Right, I think I'll go ahead and try to counter this and use Mystic Sanctuary to get back a Archmage's Charm. It's taken me 3 matches to realize this isn't Grixis. Yeah, just the secret is to not play the bad black cards. Alright, still doing fine, even though we lost this battle. I think I'm looting away Serum Visions here. They left me off. I mean, I don't think I was on this board. I don't really play that many challenges compared to a lot of people. Yeah, I don't think they left me off so much as I just wasn't on that leaderboard. Please resolve, please resolve, please resolve. It's really bad if it doesn't resolve. Target Remand again. See if they have Remand. This is, they can't force their route through. I think that they have Remand, right? Yeah, they sanctuaried it back. They're gonna Remand their Ralzeric. Okay, so we can charm next turn, but they are going to be able to have another Remand up. But we have a Remand up. Okay, so let me loot, probably discarding whatever we draw. Yeah, I think I'll just discard the Arcanist. Alright, so Scions goes to 4. My opponent has Remand, Ral, 2 mystery cards. I think I'm going to lead on Remand here. If they Remand their Ral, I'll counter their Ral in response. And if they do nothing, then I think I'll go Snap Bolt on Snapcaster Mage. And now I can just charm again after Remand, potentially. They might Remand my Lord Bolts. I don't really mind if they Remand the Snapcaster itself. Sure. I think we need to have 6 mana up to try to stop Ral this turn. But the fact that if they have a bolt, they can bolt my Scions really does stink. Any chance we could lead with Spell Shift or close it tomorrow? We can lead with it tomorrow. I think I'm gonna fight over this. The Dono queue is full for tomorrow, yes. They're gonna remand their lightning bolts and then bolt again. So now I will Sanctuary back Charm and then... Oh no, I should have done this in response to the... After the Snapcaster trigger resolve so I can get value out of my opts. We're playing Spell Shift, Mono Blue Tron, Jeskai Lotus Field and Pioneer, and then Modern Cat Oven. I've been asked to brew around it, so I'm going to do that tonight, and then I think we're the aggro deck in this matchup, so I'm going to attack even though I'm behind on life. And then next week we have one deck in the queue, which is Legacy Lotus Veil, or Legacy Lotus Field / Lotus Veil. So opponent is leading on the second Narset instead of the Ralzeric, which we know is in their hand. They know about the Charm, so I think I want to use that instead of the Deprive first. The hand is Ralzeric, mystery card. I don't believe we know the other one. It was Flame Slash. So if we can draw a cantrip and cantrip into the Deprive or whatever we draw off of Sanctuary, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, let me put Deprive on top, snap Serum Visions, and hope they don't draw a counter spell for their Ral. This means we can't quite cast the Arcanist. I'll keep Force of Negation though. And so if they draw a non-cryptic command counterspell exactly this turn, they can resolve their Ralzeric, and that's probably going to be unbeatable, but now that their draw was Lightning Bolt, I'm feeling really good. They're not going to play the Ralzeric into Deprive, but now I believe we have... Oh, wait, sorry, I thought we had Force plus Deprive up here, which we don't. Why not play Arcanist and keep up Snap Counter? Maybe that was better. I mean, we exile the Deprive if we do that, but maybe that was better. I get to untap with Dreadhorde Arcanist and a graveyard full of goodies. Have not drawn... I don't have a third Sanctuary. I have not drawn a Piracy Charm this game yet. Drawn a few Archmage's Charms though. They haven't shown us Moon, but I think we can infer it. They play the Ral. It's maybe them like kind of giving up. Alright, no cards in their hand. They may concede. I'm going to target the Deprive, and I think I'll just go ahead and kill the Snapcaster Mage. I don't really want to go to 6. Oh, the deck's feeling pretty good so far. They're casting the spell that they drew. I think it's Magmatic Sinkhole. It's a braid. So let me go ahead and draw 2 cards. And then one of the cards is Deprive here. So many counter spells as we can draw cards basically. Sprite Dragon, Sanctuary back, Deprive. Opponent's got no cards in hand, Serum Visions. Bottom. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist is definitely Phage the Untouchable in Legacy. If you attack, you win. But it goes to 2 life out of nowhere. You can counter anything they draw. Going to game 2. I did mean to have a second dispute. I think I'd play the second dispute over the 3rd Threads or the 4th Wildfire. The Mutagenic Growth seems pretty good in this matchup. Yeah. I'm gonna play like 2 Force. Yeah, I mean, these blue-red mirrors are just like the most fun matches ever. They're always just such a blast. Bolt seems better than Mutagenic. I disagree. Like their bolt targets are like Narset, Jace, Snapcaster Mage, which are not that good, but I think you still want a couple of copies. Like they're not playing Dreadhorde Arcanist, they're not playing Sprite Dragon. This is not the mirror. And then they play Flame Slash, they play a Lightning Bolt, and a 0-mana counterspell to protect our 2-mana threats from their 1-mana burn spells. It's just the nuts in this matchup, I think. Yeah, they might not even play Jace. Like they don't have very many bolt targets. It's like Narset and Life Total and Snapcaster Mage, which is not that good, I think. Especially if you just have if you just draw too early, you can't really keep up, and that can be really bad. I might even I think I've even talked myself to play the 3rd Force over the 2nd Bolt. And we've got Piracy Charm for Snapcaster Mage, so I will say this deck seems pretty cool. I'm not sure that Piracy Charm is necessarily the card that's putting it over the top, but yeah, we're playing 3 Piracy Charms because I think all 3 modes are pretty good with Dreadhorde Arcanist, or they're maybe versatile enough that it's playable. And we've only flashed it back with Arcanist once. We did win that game. Pioneer PTQ, I think, started 13 minutes ago. I'm not playing in it today. I'm skipping it. Yeah, I think that they are solid, but it's not like we are winning this league, but it's not like we're winning because of the Piracy Charms, you know. Yeah, I just we have Archmage's Charm. I don't know why we also need to play Kolagon's Command in this list. I'm gonna keep this. That's fine. Bad if they kept in Blood Moons, but I just kind of can't believe that they would keep in Blood Moons in this matchup. I think I'm still playing Sanctuary on turn 1 here. Yeah, I think you could play the Madcap plan in the sideboard. It's probably great. It's probably great. It starts at 3 p.m. PST. I thought it started at 3 p.m. CST. I mean, I'm not playing in it. I'm just... Oh, it starts in an hour and a half. Okay, well... Or an hour and 50 minutes. I'm definitely not playing in it then. I already was not playing in it, but... Why no Delver? Mostly because the card isn't playable. That's the main reason. I mean, it's playable in the sense that you can put it in your deck and it'll do things, and it's not going to be the most embarrassing thing ever. But there are better things to be doing. I think I'm going to jam the Royal Scions here. They don't really have that much they can untap and punish me with, and at the end of the next turn we can go opt to snap opt. And then this is also kind of nice to sometimes cast this before they can resolve Cryptic Command on it. We're also on the draw, so just 1-for-1ing is not the end of the world. Yeah, Delver dies to Piracy Charm. It's real bad with the mirror. Sprite Dragon is, you know, a really good threat that, you know, outclasses Delver in a lot of ways. You can't play just like mono threats in these decks. But any card that dies to Piracy Charm is not playable. I mean, Mystic Sanctuary does help Delver flip. But even then, I think I'm still just not into it. Okay, if Mr. Universe says he's not playing Delver, it's definitely bad. Mr. Universe is a friend of mine who loves Delver more than basically anybody I know. What parts of Legacy make Delver work better than Modern? It's easier to flip it with Ponder and Brainstorm. There is less cheap spot removal, especially less cheap like 1 toughness removal in Legacy than in the Modern. That's a huge part of it. And like you also have like Daze and Wasteland, so the cheaper your threats are, the better. And so like Delver is not going to get outclassed as easily by 3-4 mana threats because you can stop them from playing those as easily with Wasteland and Daze, and just a 1 mana threat that plays well with counterspells is just nuts. And that's really what's so unique about Delver of Secrets, is that there are few 1 mana threats that play well with counterspells. Like Monastery Swiftspear, Soulscar Mage don't play that well with counterspells, but you can just cast Delver of Secrets and then do your thing and play everything. I'm happy that they're bolting this. And then just like let Delver of Secrets slowly win the game for you. Yeah, I think I'm playing 2 Mutagenic Growth on the side against decks with Lightning Bolts. I mean, this is still like a goofy brew or whatever, but it's been going okay. I'm gonna bottom the Piracy Charm. We have to draw Sprite Dragon or Arcanist for these to be good, though, but they'll be fine when we draw one. We can play Scions with Deprive up. Maybe I was supposed to keep Piracy Charm because it was at least a blue card. But now that I've drawn Sprite Dragon, I'm pretty happy to just jam it. Yeah, that's true. We can loot them away as well. But I think my opponent's like, I'll just let this resolve. I've got another Lightning Bolt in my hand, and then we just have the growths. Mental misstep, but better. Literally a better mental misstep. They could have if they have a second bolt, it's just so absurdly good here. The game just ends, maybe. Spike with this deck work without fetches. Mystic Sanctuary is pretty important. Don't play Deprive if you don't play fetch lands, but it'll function, like if you just want a fun modern deck. If they have the third Lightning Bolts, I mean, we can just counter it, and then they might just be dead because they have to pay life. Maybe they're like, oh no, I clicked through my attacker step. Never mind, I'm playing around Typhoon on 1. Sorry, I thought we were 1 phase before. That's fine. Upkeep. Magmatic Sinkhole? Well, I guess Mutagenic Growth does save Sprite Dragon from Magmatic Sinkhole here. It's kind of just a crazy blowout. Oh, nope, I miscalculated. Sorry, I discounted. Yeah, so I'll counter the Sinkhole then. Oops. This is fine. I mean, we can let this resolve and then force. No, that doesn't make any sense either. I haven't eaten lunch. I think that's the excuse I'll go with. They're targeting Mystical Dispute here. Well, my opponent Can't count either, I guess. It's kind of nice. It's a bluff. It's a bluff. We're just bluffing. Putting us down to no cards in their hand and has a Mystical Dispute on top. I also missed 4 points of damage last turn, but I don't think it's going to matter. You guys never bluffed before? I mean, it's just they're drawing Mystical Dispute. We've got a 5/5 Sprite Dragon. Just games. The game is over. We're gonna cast Royal Scions, counter their Dispute, and pump. None of you guys would have cast Mutagenic Growth there. None of you guys would have found that amazing line. I'm gonna eat some lunch. We 4-1. We also didn't drop a game except to 2 like really nutty E-Tron draws. I was not expecting to do well at all with the deck, but it kind of just felt really sick. Maybe I will return to it later, but...